drag mother. And then I'm going to read one that I brought because I've been wanting to feature more poets that inspire my own writing. I've been loaded like a shotgun for as long as I can remember. Endless shells of expectations and limitations ran through my body at lightning speed. I guess I never noticed the rust growing. Or maybe it was always there. Perhaps something I inherited from my mother that painted me the same color of wild woman, that drove my dad to burn me at the stake for the sins that were never mine to hold, but was the only one around to take. Don't Be Your Mother is the only song he would sing me from the time I was a child. It's no wonder I ended up being just like him. My therapist calls this an overcorrection, a thing children do in order to be accepted by the people we love. We reflect them back to themselves like little toy mirrors, in hopes that when they see themselves in us, it makes us easier to love. But when the reflection painted his face a shade of avoidance and drunken mistakes, I was the one who cracked, who ended up poison-filled and left at the top of the stairs in an effort to prove that I could never be him, so what I showed him couldn't be true. It was then I realized I didn't want to end up being the angry man in my own house, the one well-liked by everyone except his own family. And so I left, found my way through the endless seas of people and places, to ironically find a fate I can't seem to outrun. I may not be my father, but I sure do look a lot like him.
Woo!
My depression isn't a house I built myself, but one I spent my childhood in. Nestled at the end of a road I've come to know as grief and my brothers have come to know as anger, I find myself dragged back there on the days I forget how to bathe myself. I close my eyes and I'm buried yet again under the foundation, peeling back my nails as I claw at the rotten wood of this generational trauma that drives itself into the sides of my temples, threatening to turn me into yet another thing to fuel this fire. But I never asked to be kindling, something so easily thrown away. But when your parents don't want you, the only thing your mind seems to say is, why would anybody else? Okay, so I'm going to read one from the book, Please Don't Go Before I Get Better, from Madison Kahn, I think is what you say her last name. Courage isn't fearless. This is not poetry. This is ripping your hair out on the highway, looking down at the clump of insanity in your hand and thinking, oh my God, what have I become? These are the cuts on the insides of your palms from clenching your fists so hard that the physical pain distracts you from the pain in your head. This is being lonely. This is only having yourself. You're in a hotel parking lot in an unfamiliar town, and a man is tapping on your car window telling you he wants your dog while you stop on the phone to your father telling him not to come get you because you don't want to be someone who always has to be saved. This is driving 5 minutes on the interstate while your heart races and your vision blurs, only to get back off and work up the courage to keep going all over again. This is yelling in your car, I am strong, I am not my anxiety, I can do this, just so you can make it 14 miles home. This is not poetry. This is self-neglect. This is avoiding therapy, avoiding medicine, avoiding growth, avoiding life. This is expecting people to take care of you. This is asking for help before you've attempted to fix the problems for yourself. This is being a burden on the people you love. This is not being able to love as much as you want to because you are always putting your fears first. This is when you realize that you need to get your mental health under control before you destroy yourself completely. This is the moment when you tell yourself that you are in control, that you want to be so much more than who you're limiting yourself to be right now, because you are not doing everything in your power to get better. This is knowing that even when you think you cannot, you can. This is your turning point. This is the scene in the 80s coming-of-age film where the electric music blares and somebody sits on the front porch or on the hood of their car and realizes that they are capable of having everything they could possibly ever want, and their face is glowing and your heart feels warm because being there to watch it unfold, to see hope and to crave it. This is when you look at yourself, really look at yourself, and decide that there is so much more than what you believe.